Welcome back, football fans, to another episode of the Prediction Show. In this one, we are going to be taking a look at Saturday and Sunday's games, the best games that you need to know about from around the footballing world. I've already got a few decent picks lined up for the Premier League, and some of them have come from this new tool. Yeah, I see you looking at it, eyeing it up. Should be looking at me, mate. What is it? I'll tell you after the intro.
Football drives our hearts. Data plays its part. Value bets we seek with Joe from OddAlerts.com.
So this is the player props section, a brand new tool on OddAlerts, and I think it will become an invaluable tool as the season progresses, as the feedback comes in, and as I make it better and better every day. I've already got some updates planned for it today. I'm going to have inline odds, the ability to save players. Let me shut up and show you. The first thing you'll notice is that it's ordered by time. We've got J-League games because why not? There are player markets available, so why not offer it? We've got a Tokyo Derby here. That seems a good place to go. 6 hours and 56 minutes to go. We hit load, and again, it's a beta, it's a version 1, so some images not available for players. We need to have a fallback image, which we don't at the moment. At the moment, I was looking at last 365 days worth of data, and I'm looking at yellow cards. So you can see the top offender is Kai Kuzumi, and he has 10 yellow cards in 43 games. Now, the drop-down doesn't show, but if we look at something like accurate crosses, you can see that someone here, 29 in 40 games. We can look at the last 10 games alone, and we can see that Ricky Harakawa has 11 in 10. So, yeah, he's doing a good job of getting the ball in the box. Just to show you the range of data, we can look at average fouls as well for a league like the J-League, 1.78. I imagine that on average, there are fewer fouls in Japan, fewer yellow cards than, say, England. And with that in mind, let's jump to Ipswich versus Liverpool. And when you click on the fixture, it automatically loads the data, automatically remembers what you were looking at. So it's loaded in fouls. And quite surprisingly, Luis Diaz for a foul, potentially. There was rumours the other day that he was going to sign for Man City. I don't know if you saw that. 5-year deal for Luis Diaz. I mean, Oscar Bobbs broke his leg. That's unfortunate. He could go. It would be a shame. I think he's a good player. Had a couple of knee injuries, didn't he? Anyway, enough about Luis Diaz. He's committed more fouls than anybody in the last 10 games. Now, you can see appearances 6. That means he was on the bench for some of these games to miss gas, and he might be starting, to be fair, in this game because I doubt that Robertson will play. Now, on X, I've actually put some thoughts together on this game. If you want to follow on OddAlerts, at OddAlerts on X, I've actually put some player prop bets together using this tool as well. So I'll just give you a bit of a spoiler. I fancy Hutchinson on that right side, cutting in, having a shot. Because if we do look at shots on target, I'll just change that, we can see that Hutchinson there, across the last 10 games, has taken 12 shots on target, Mo Salah 13. We can look at the last 20 games, and Sami Šmodić as well. Unknown team, it says here. Again, this is a beta version 1. The reason that's happening is because Šmodić has not officially played a game for Ipswich yet. So he knows that he's in the squad of one of these two teams. I promise you, he's an Ipswich player. Good signing for them. 27 shots on target in his last 20 games, only bettered by Mo Salah. But will he come straight in, Sami Šmodić, to this Ipswich team that got promoted, or will McKenna have a little bit of faith in the team that got them promoted? I think Hutchinson, who was there last year, now permanent signing, I think 21 shots on target in the last 20 games. I do like him, as I say, with Robertson not playing as well. Highly unlikely that Robertson will play, given that he's just come back from an injury. So, my pick for that would be Amari Hutchinson. If you're looking at players for Liverpool, for a shot on target, the odds are woeful. 1.1, I think it is for Mo Salah, 1.2 for Darwin Núñez, who might not even start, by the way. So I just don't think there's much value in Liverpool. I think this game, just to round off the player prop section, I think this game will be an open game. I can see a 3-1 or a 3-2 win for Liverpool. Let me know what you think in the comments. So that is the player props tool, and as I say, I think it will become an invaluable asset to the OddAlerts family. there's been a lot of things launched recently. We've got the tennis, we've got the corner predictions this month as well, the tennis bots. If you've not checked that out, you can get tennis news directly to you every morning, as well as live dropping odds from Pinnacle. And we've also got the corner predictions, as I say, that have launched this month. And now a player props beta, and we are not slowing down. I'm not slowing down. I am the developer here. That's why the videos have been a little bit scarce this week, because I've not had time due to working on stuff like this. If you want to access this weekend, you can get a season ticket, or what you can do is comment down below who you think is going to score this weekend in the Premier League. Could be Isak, could be Haaland, could be Bruno Guimaraes. He's going to get a mention in a moment, because I've also got something to say about him and a potential option. And comment down below and I will automatically pick at random someone to get access to this brand new tool. So from the player props tool, which you can access from the homepage, by the way, just click this little square. And we will then scroll down to England. We'll just check out some of the games that are being played in the Championship and the Premier League. We'll check out the probability model. We can see the probability model by hitting probability. And we can see the standout victory there is for Arsenal at home to Wolves. Wolves, not seen too much in terms of transfers. He lost Kilman, didn't he, to West Ham. West Ham have had a very, very good window, haven't they, transfer-wise, but it does put a bit of pressure, I think, on Lopetegui to hit the ground running. Ipswich, 32% in terms of the OddAlerts probability model for them. I do think they'll score. I really do think they'll score, and I think Liverpool this season will be an exciting team. Feyenoord last year, under Arne Slot, scoring for fun. I'm not saying he's going to replicate that straight away, but I think it's possible with the players that he's got, especially at the top end of the pitch. So the model is giving 1.7 odds for BTTS. I'm actually going to go with that. What's over 2.5 goals? 1.76. I'm going to go BTTS because I do believe Ipswich will score. It's going to be some occasion. The early game, Ipswich love playing at home, don't they? So good last season. Unbelievable still, what they did to come up. So Liverpool's away results. Forget the Man United one. That was a friendly. Villa, West Ham, Everton. They lost to Everton. And then they conceded 2 at West Ham and they conceded 2 at Villa. And you can see, away from home, they are very capable of conceding. There's no doubt about that. It doesn't matter what the competition is as well. In the Europa League, 2-1 defeat there, 3-2 defeat away at Toulouse. They conceded at Palace, a few clean sheets here, good win at Arsenal, 2-0. I think that was in the FA Cup, wasn't it, in January? So this is the form of Ipswich at home, and you can see they do not lose games, certainly in the league. I mean, this is a different kettle of fish, don't get me wrong. The Premier League, they are going to lose a home game this season. I can guarantee it. But they've done all right, haven't they? The only games that they've lost have been cup games since last November. So you put all that into a big old pot, the fact that Liverpool can concede, new manager, a chance for Ipswich to make a good start to the season, much like Oxford last weekend who got promoted. And let's take a look at BTTS. And we can see 1.75 is the peak, but it is as low as 1.57. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments. So last weekend, what we did is we put together a over 1.5 goals treble, and it won. And I'm thinking maybe we do it again. We've got Sheffield United QPR here. That is the highest rated game in the Championship, 82.9% in terms of the probability model, 1.21 implied odds. I'm also just going to take a look as well and think about how teams did last week. Portsmouth, Luton. Luton lost, got battered actually by Burnley on Monday. The fact that they played on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was, means that there might be some tired legs. They're playing away from home at Portsmouth. Portsmouth, who will be delighted with the point at Leeds. 3-3, high-scoring game, 78% for the model. I am liking that one for over 1.5 goals. So that can be one that we star and favourite for now. Let's continue looking. Blackpool, who we had on in the previous game, that was a 2-1 defeat for my own team, Blackpool, and leaves them 16th. Stockport County, first. So we are playing top of the table. Let me just take a quick look at this one, because I'm not sure how they got on, actually. So Blackpool lost 2-1 and Stockport won 2-0. Now, if you look at all competitions, Blackpool do come into this having upped that confidence a little bit with a 4-0 victory against Burton Albion in the EFL Cup or the the LDV vans or whatever it is. And look at that, a 6-1 defeat for Stockport. And I haven't checked the teams, but 6-1, 4-0 down at half time, and that was a home game. So interesting, isn't it, Stockport? But that is certainly one that I like as well for over 1.5 goals. Blackpool with a lot to prove. A lot of the fans were disappointed after that performance. So let's go for the double in terms of Blackpool. They did it for us last week in terms of over 1.5 goals. So Blackpool, Stockport and Portsmouth, Luton gets us up to 1.57. We're going to go for the treble. We can make this a weekly thing. I think, there's potential for these to do quite well. I've just noticed the Peterborough game as well as a potential third entry. But I think Peterborough lost 2-0. They didn't score, did they? And neither did Stevenage. So both teams firing blanks in that one. I'm going to leave that one for now. It's always, okay to say no. Betting is about the games that you don't bet on more than it is the ones that you do. Huddersfield, Stevenage. Huddersfield, first home game. They'll be looking to set the tone. Let's do an AI fixture simulation for this one, shall we? And it is a 1-0 victory. 1-1 was a common scoreline. Stevenage, how did they get on in the first game? 1-0 victory against Shrewsbury. I'm going to go for this game. I think Huddersfield will want to bounce back to the Championship as soon as possible, and this is a nice opening home fixture for them. So 1.3 for this one, that gets us over evens. Again, I will try and do this every week and just get it over even. So 2.04, this is a Saturday treble, all 3 p.m. now. None of that, 12:30, 5:30, whatever it was last weekend. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? I get Sky are trying to promote their new EFL channel, but come on, guys. So that was the Premier League, that was the EFL. What we're going to do now is take a look at trends and find some games for Saturday and Sunday, which hopefully can bring us some units, some profit, some winners. Let's just go to trends. So where should we start? We can see we've got a game that's live here. Universitario. 11 out of 11. Make that 12 out of 12. Over 1.5 goals live now as well. 29 out of 29. 30 minutes played. 1-0 already. Let's go for over 2.5 goals. We'll open that in a new tab. And we'll also set some alerts today, I think, for first half goals. And then what we will do, because I'm feeling generous, is we will create a shortlist. Using the probability model, we'll do this first, and we'll say matches played 10 or more, so we're cutting out the EFL and the Premier League and all that, and we will lean on the probability model, and we will look at over 2.5 goals, 65% or more. We will sort by that, and then let's qualify the away team. Let's say that the away team has scored in, should we say 100% of games, and let's see if we get some games. We hit search, we get some games. It's not many games, but it's a decent shortlist, isn't it? We can hit 3 to check out the odds, 1.17, 1.3, 1.3, 1.36. So in terms of the probability model, this game right here, 7 a.m. This one, 2 p.m. might be a bit more to your taste, given that this video is going out early doors on Saturday. What we can do is set an alert for this game. We'll go to the goals. 1.3, let me know if it hits 1.6. And whilst we're there, we'll just take a look at some of the results for both of these teams to see what kind of game we might be in for. So the away team, very, very dominant, unbeaten all season. And the home team at home has won 1 game. The head-to-head last game was a 4-0 victory to the team that they are playing today, the away team, the dominant team. And they have won every meeting since 2020, August 2020, but that is a COVID time. COVID alert, that is a game where there would have been no fans, so you would much expect same, and we'll do an AI fixture simulation for this one, see what kind of scoreline we get. You can see that the home win, it's given us odds of 10, away win 1.15, and the bookies 1.08. So we'll do a fixture simulation for this one. I expect we get a 2-0 victory and 3-0 common scoreline, not too far behind. Let's see how this one goes Saturday at 2 p.m. Right now, let's jump over to trends. So we'll start with over 2.5 goals, and then we will go to first half goals, and then we will end with corner predictions, and we'll create a corners double as well for this weekend. Now, the first thing I notice here is that there is just 100% records everywhere. If we go to the next page, The first 20 teams are 100% records, and to qualify for the trends page, you have to play 6 or more games. The top 30 teams are all 100% records. 30. So it is 30. Yeah, page 3. Incredible. And for the away teams, it is 14. 14 away teams and 30. So 44 teams playing this weekend with 100% records for over 2.5 goals. And how many will still be in control of that record? How many of them will still own that record? How many of them will maintain that record? That's what I should have said the first time. 1.7 odds here. Louisville City, they're playing on Sunday, 1 a.m. And we can take a look at this one. They played 11 games compared to 13 games for Charleston Battery, who don't score too many goals, failed to score in 38% of games, and they've conceded in 62% of games, so they look like quite a tight team, to be fair. But it's not every week they play Louisville City, who have scored 3.73 goals per game, failed to score in zero games. Over 2.5 goals in every single home game for Louisville, 1.7 there. Not bad, I don't think, for a potential double. Egerton, if you're looking at far ahead to Monday, you've got sort of the reverse, really, of what we've just seen, because the away team, in this case, 3.11, scored in every game. This one in the Oberliga maybe is just better for the away win, because the home team has scored 0.56 goals per game. Just 9 games played, though, so bear that in mind. But every single away game, and even 78% of away games for Egerton have seen 4 or more goals. BTTS in 89% of games, so they are conceding as well. But I would not even be looking at BTTS when Raufoss are scoring as little as they are, 0.56 per game. So if we're looking at doubles, one that I quite like, certainly for one of the selections, is Froso. Not just because of the name, but only 8 games played, but this is a bit more balanced. You know, the games that we just looked at, it was one team scoring all the goals and the other team sort of just, neither here nor there. Whereas both of these two teams averaging 2 goals per game, failed to score in 13% of games, over 1.5 goals in every single home game for Froso. And for Skelefti, they have seen the same occurrence, 2 goals or more in 88% of games. So conceding in 75% of games, and Froso in 100% of games. So BTTS could be a good option here as well. And that one is 1.44. So let's add that to the selection and then find another for the double. So I actually fancy BTTS for this one, 1.57 compared to 1.44, of course. And we will continue looking. Not that one, that's first half goals, isn't it? And let's see what we can find. Got a game here in Bolivia, 12 played for the home team, 11 for the away team. Average goals for the away team, 4. They've only scored 1.36 goals, which tells me they are conceding quite a few. They've conceded in 91% of games, 75% for the home team. And they usually just concede 1 goal. Now, over 2.5 goals is just over even, so I'm going to check out what over 1.5 goals is for that one. 1.22, which does just get us under evens, which I'm quite happy for as a double. This is a Saturday double again. And what we're going to do now is jump to the first half goals page, because we can also see that it is a sea of green and a sea of 100% records. The first 30, 40, 50, bloody hell. And you can see 2-0, 38 minutes, 1-1, 45 minutes, Los Angeles 2. And the away teams, 20, 30, 40, 48. So that's a lot of 100% records, isn't it? And what you can do on this page, just go through the games. You can click on any of them. You can see some of the stats, relevant stats to the market, of course. And then you can click on the bell. Let me know when it hits 1.7, and I will go in and investigate. I'm seeing here as well, 1.67 for first half goals. That is quite high. Usually, as you can see here, we're looking at 1.3, 1.4. Chikorita Juniors scored a first half goal, just 15%, conceded a first half goal, just 38%. So straight away you can see why the odds are the way they are. But 0-0 at half time, Chikorita Juniors just 8%. So that could be one to keep an eye out on. 1.67. I tell you what, let me know when it hits evens, because that could be much earlier than the average time for that market hitting. So that is the first half goals page. This is the next 5 days. What you can do is just look at the next 24 hours. If you're just looking at Saturday's games, and you can see we've got some games that are live. The trends page is, yes, it focuses on pre-match, but it is a good place to find some live games as well. So for the final section, we're going to be looking at the corner predictions. I've just got under 10.5 corners loaded here, and we're going to sort by the odds, but we're going to filter first. So let's filter for 45% or more, and we will sort by the odds. Under 10.5 corners, and you can see we've got some games that are over evens here. Let's bump up this a little bit. Let's put it to 50%. And we've got a game here on Sunday. We've got a game on Saturday as well. Let's go with this top one, shall we? Copenhagen against Viborg. And then we will pair that. It's on Sunday, so we'll pair that with Fredrikstad against Brand. Slightly negative value there, but we will go with it regardless for the example, for the purpose of this video. So 1.83 and 1.9. Let's put it together. So there we are then, under 11 corners, double, 3.5. Let me know what you think about that. And let me know if you've got any feedback on the corner predictions page. It launched last week. It's been a busy month. And yeah, I'm here to listen to your feedback. Any comments, just let me know. I will read every single comment and apply the feedback if and when I can. Thanks.
Football drives our hearts. Data plays its part. Value bets we seek with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Come along for the ride, where stats and passion collide. Find the edge inside with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Winning more than just a game. Joe's the one to take the fame. Value bets ignite the flame at OddAlerts.com. Our hearts, data plays its part. Value bets we seek with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Come along for the ride, where stats and passion collide. Find the edge inside with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Winning more than just a game. Joe's the one to take the fame. Value bets ignite the flame at OddAlerts.com.